Hello, class. If you are here, hopefully you chose educational equity on your choice board. Great decision. In this segment, we will be focused in on educational equity within our driving question for our project, which is how can remote learning technology be used equitably to promote quality education for underprivileged students? There are some noticeably large hurdles in the way of achieving full equity within remote learning. A good portrayal of these gaps in equity can be shown by the graph that will be displayed shortly. Now, I'd like to preface these graphs by saying that this is an unprecedented time as far as the pandemic goes, and not a lot of schools were able to properly prepare for this to happen. Now, you could also argue that they had years to prepare for this technological revolution of sorts, but I digress. The graph that's being displayed shows the numbers based on a survey by 3,000 or so educators during the times of this pandemic, and it shows just how different basic technology access is from school to school. In schools with 25% or less low income students, there are only 21% of supervisors who say that technology access is a major problem for them during these times. And in student bodies with 75% or greater low income students, supervisors say that technology access is a major problem for 64% of them. That is a major discrepancy in technology access, and it really makes you start to question the validity of remote learning being equitable at all. And if that wasn't enough to help prove my point, I'm going to throw up another graph that just showcases the gaps in resources that these schools and these students and these families have. This graph depicts how many districts were able to reach every student through online learning during the coronavirus. In student bodies with 25% or fewer low income students, 73% of district leaders say they were able to reach all students. But in student bodies with 75% or more low income students, district leaders can only claim that 34% of them were able to provide learning opportunities to all students. Once again, these are not small gaps. And yes, I understand they couldn't prepare properly for this. No one could. But it just showcases the equity or non equity within these schools at this point in time in regards to remote learning. And based off of these things, I don't personally think that remote learning can be used to promote quality education for underprivileged students.